Bard. Do you know how a bard elf goes? David. Well, I guess I don't dare, but I'll try.
No wonder you know it's that.
And it's been going on for years. For 2 years, they didn't visit us. And I just long for it because it's electric. They came back and it's been back for 3 different times. Now, of course, we think maybe it's because we have lots of mice out here, right? They eat them whole. I have chicken. I don't have chicken. Somebody else does, huh? We'd rather have the bard out. Yes. Oh, great. Now, let's. Shall we like this?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can you see enough? We'll start with the lights on.
This is my gallery in Europe.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's I'm so sorry.
Okay.
All right, well, let's start.
This is full with those small sculptures.
Well, come, let's start. And I want to hear you say, because I don't hear it around here, Vaz. I want to hear the way your complete name melodically expresses you.
Vasiliev.
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 Vasiliev. Is long. Nini
The same.
name.
Okay.
A lot of
Vasiliev.
people, they call me Nini or Vas, American way.
So we've been calling you Vas around here, right? Vas Nini, that is a cool name. And as we were talking together earlier, I could not believe, and yet I could, looking at these beautiful, I hesitate to call them sketches. They're just expressions of drawing that are extraordinary. And he started drawing at 4 years old and mentored by his older brothers, which is really, what a family, huh?
Yeah, generation.
A generation passing on to you that talent, which was part of Vaz's life from earliest times. Even, you could almost say, before 4, likely, huh? You were surrounded by it.
Almost 4. Where the kids, they start to work, I started, and I was follow my big brother, big son, uncle son, and all the family. I follow them and I start to draw sketches. I touch the clay because it's my village. We have some clay from natural clay. This is where I started.
In the country of Albania. And as you grew into manhood, your family moved where?
I was born in a small village in the city, south of city. South of Albania city is very old, is a museum city.
A museum
It's a museum.
You would just be...
This city is covered by UNESCO. You know UNESCO?
UNESCO?
It's covered by UNESCO to save it. Yeah, they pay for it to fix it. And I did the elementary school there and middle school. After I did the competition to go in the art school, because it was just one art school, high school in all the Albanian state, and they went home. And I win competition, I started learning student there. After the high school, I went in Academy Beautiful Art. Was just one academy for art. It was just for art.
Now, had your brothers gone there before?
Yeah, my big brother, he was there. Yeah, he's older than me. He cared now for my gallery there because he was working on the church and those in Greece and Mediterranean area. Now he's old, and he worked in my studio. He cared for my artwork there. This is my gallery. Oh, it's gone. Maybe you want me there?
So this is the gallery you were speaking of in Albania?
Yes. Uh-huh. So as we're waiting, the years go by, and you, because you're commissioned, you come to the United States. Commissioned through your art.
No.
No. How is it that you chose to come to the United States, having been in a place that you said you loved so?
Yeah, all world they have American dream to come here.
The American dream?
Yeah. And actually my wife, she played for the American lottery green card.
Oh.
And I win. She play, I win.
Me too.
Yeah.
So green cards are pretty priceless, huh?
Yeah.
And so, and look at you sit there too. So as you then got this prize, you came.
And
Where
this
was the
time I
first
was
place?
in
Nebraska, you said?
the first time I was in Washington D.C.
Washington D.C.
I get a green card there and social security number. And after I come back again because I was professor at the Academy of Beautiful Art. Studio
The
was
Academy
full.
of Beautiful Art in Albania.
In
You were
Albania.
professor.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I had my studio, my commission there, everything. After we chose for,
Now talk into that microphone.
after this is my gallery.
Oh, that's your gallery
Yeah.
in Albania?
Albania, Tirana, Albania, capital city. Is a little different from some other galleries here because we covered the roof. I put some light. It's full with those pieces, small pieces, marble, bronze, wood, all the kind of glass, all kind of those small pieces. Downstairs I have studio, I have the big pieces.
Now when you were learning this extraordinary work, your mentors were your brothers for sure. Who else was mentoring and teaching you? Was it like a one-to-one or was it a small class? Or
No, one-to-one.
One-to-one.
One-to-one, yeah. And
As I'm looking at these incredible drawings, this is one-to-one. Wow. Who are these mentors? Who are these teachers?
we call this, or visual art, we call, you learn more where you stay with others, where you work with each other, and you learn more about to see each other, to work with others, than about the talking, to teach one by one. This learning is, we call the stealing profession.
Stealing.
Yeah.
And as they were giving you the goods and you were taking them, did they stay with you? Did they, let's say, see you do something here and say, now, would you consider, is that the kind of teaching it was? Or was it very directive?
No, we were starting by the what I teach and where I teach the student and the professional student. We was teaching the first, when you are young age, to learn how to draw, to do what you see is very important. When you are early age, you can do a lot of what you think.
Yeah.
But when you start to grow up a little bit, you need education to do what you see.
Precisely.
Yeah. And after you can work together, what you see, what you think. And more you complete it, more you be the professional.
Beautiful.
Yeah. This is where they was starting was by the seed, example objects, flowers, tree, or usually we was using the plaster molds. Example from Michelangelo, part, eyes, nose, mouth, or other, or flowers on plaster, because plaster let you, where is white, let you more to see the form. Where you have the other thing with color, you can see the form, to see the 3D. Example, if we see this, Mother Teresa, if you do in color, you can see, if you do in plaster, you can see the more detail, the more form. Or where you do the marble, example. When you work in marble, you need to check, to finish, if you make smooth, to check outside, on the sun. Because if you are in shade of a dark room, you can't follow the form. This is my first speech after university. It's a museum.
Want us to begin to turn the lights down, so you're going to take this?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, great.
This is my first piece. I was a student. When we finished the, oh, it's gone?
And when you say it's your first piece, Vaz,
First piece with a master degree for the diploma and for master degree.
in that academy,
Yeah, but you study in academy, and after the last year you do half you start to work and half you do the diploma. And the part of, because this is, we call the triptych, or 3-part, I don't know how we can call it in English. And I did it live, today, this time when I did, on the chamber was about World War II, and on top was historical of the past in the museum, because it's a historical museum. It's around 43 feet by 13 feet on bronze. And I did the master degree, and after I was working for a couple of years to finish on bronze.
wow.
This was the first my piece. I was 25 years old this time.
So how does that work? What are the steps that you had to do to get it to that finish?
The first steps is in your mind. The first steps is you need to see the building. Because the architect, he was my friend, he did, and he led the space. We connected. Every time when we do the monumental artwork, you need to connect with architect or with landscape or to see the place there first. And after you're gonna think what you're gonna do and what they want, usually. Because those was from government commission, was competition. You do the small project, and after they can say, you're going to read what they want, because this is museum, and you need to know about what is inside this museum, what is happened, and after you're going to think, you're going to figure out what you do to do sketches, to do the small project. Same example, this. This is small project. Again.
When the iPad turns off,
Maybe
it
it's
shuts off here.
and maybe I thought it's not.
Change the timer on the iPad.
On the iPad.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Do you know how
I'm
to
not
do
good
that?
in electronic, no.
Settings.
I'm good from the pencil to big monument, to carve marble, wood. I don't like electronics. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not electronic guy. Why I have hard time here in Columbus, because I'm not good in the computer to follow all the programs, all the computation. When I was in Nebraska, actually, I had one manager. She was good. She was a professor.
Settings.
and then
time, sleep or something, I don't remember.
This is my daughter's iPod actually. She is a student at the Ohio State University. She has a good computer. What left, I get it. Phone, iPod.
Teenagers.
So a big that piece, you said it was 43 feet high.
Yeah.
So it must have been about 12 feet wide.
Did you
Yeah.
take the art down?
Did you,
They said there was art up here somewhere. To display. No?
not yet.
Not yet.
Should take the
You
sign.
go ahead and I'll help you.
Should take the sign down.
So
they're bringing it up this afternoon.
how many pieces is it in? I mean, you didn't have one big piece?
No, I did this in two pieces in two pieces in clay because it was not big building. When I was working in one part of stadium because it was not in the capital city where they have big studio. And they let me the room, and I did it in two pieces.
Okay. How thick is it?
Oh, it's about the bronze is too many pieces. But I was thinking because
I'm sorry.
the first you do this in clay.
Uh-huh.
In clay, you can measure thick
Yeah.
because you can put how much you want.
Okay.
And after clay, they make mold.
Right.
Usually we did for those big pieces, we do plaster mold. Yeah. Sometimes here we do the rubber mold for the big pieces. After you do in wax, there are three ways for the casting bronze. The important is this to do the first what you want to do, modeling on clay, and after is the casting. Casting, other people they do. You don't need to be very good artist to cast. I know how to do all the way because I was working. I do, and here I do casting by myself. I do bronze. Yeah.
Tell us about
From
this.
beginning to end, was that project?
I was around 3 years. I was doing other things. I finished the modeling, and other people they was working for mold, for casting bronze. Yeah. I was doing other things.
And for something that big, don't they have to put it into a foundry where it has to be molten?
Yeah, in foundry they cast in foundry.
Big, I mean, that.
Oh, they go by pieces. Small, how piece you want. Yeah. They go by pieces. Yeah, I have one here. This is very small. I'm doing casting bronze. I just did it in plaster, one little bird.
Have your coffee.
I did it mold in plaster, modeling in plaster. Now it's ready for bronze. It's just casting.
Now we're ready to go.
This
But
is
then-
gorgeous.
This is stone.
Now just to come
It's
to
a
those
woman.
materials.
Well, yeah, in my gallery I have 100 of those.
Is he in-
I can bring here.
We'll show you.
I don't know where I'm going to put.
Yes.
Oops.
And,
This is bronze.
oh,
Can you put bronze on
Gorgeous.
anything? Can you put bronze on any substance or?
You need to cast bronze. You need to make the example. You need to do.
whatever that means, cast
You need to
bronze.
cast bronze because it's 2,000-degree bronze.
So you make a mold of that and then they pour the bronze into the mold?
This is going to be in the plaster ascent or ceramic shell. This.
And they
Here we
kind of
do the
pass
plaster
it
ascent.
downstairs.
We juice it. We put it in kiln. We take out we burn wax. We put the bronze. It's 2,000-degree bronze. Yeah. Those are direct. I have one of my friends. She gave me a little stone, and I carve it. I have some plate patio outside. I do a lot of those.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Did everybody understand that? So the wax piece gets made first. It gets encased in plaster. The plaster goes into the kiln and burns away the wax, leaving the void of whatever the shape is. And then the bronze gets poured into that void.
Well, I didn't bring it. We
Is
have
that
those
lost wax? Is
we
that
have-
what that's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we lost wax, but usually where they do In the fonderie, they save wax. They take it out. When I was working in Zanesville, they do ceramic sale, they take out, they save wax for other projects.
So back to this piece then, somehow it got attached to the wall. But how thick are the panels or whatever you would?
Oh, bronze are not thick. It's about bigger. How more big is this, more thick is. But usually it's
Like a half inch?
half inch. Is
So that's only like a half inch? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously where the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
pieces are.
yeah. On back is hollow,
Yeah.
So what's holding it up there?
and this is connected on the bottom and is welded by the.
Bolts.
Yeah, it's not a problem for it. Let me show others.
But Vas, behind the figures, where the figures come forward, is hollow, right?
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah,
solid
yeah,
bronze.
Yeah.
Vas, you said it's about World War II. Can you explain what the elements of the design are?
Yeah. Let me do it. Yeah. Those are the, yeah. This is Albanian flag and soldier and some action on the back. But those are not good pictures actually. Those are some I did in Zanesville. Those are 10 cents. I did it for the San Antonio, Texas, 7 feet.
Wow.
Those are before, after casting.
So you did those in Zanesville
Yeah,
and sent them to,
San Antonio, Texas, is a cathedral, yeah.
Where in
you were
San Antonio?
commissioned
I
by
don't
them.
know, remember, yeah. Was commissioned, but was a reason what I was in Zanesville because was one Matthew Brown's company, and the fonderie is still in Zanesville.
They're famous.
And they did the connection, and they hired me to do because they needed somebody who has strong training to make the figures.
Are they kind of, I know they're not all the way flat, but they kind of, how wide are they? I mean, you know, they thick, they don't look they look more flat, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but those are high, we call high relief, or alto relief in Renaissance.
About how heavy would each one be?
They go 100 pound, 150 pound, 200, 300, about the, yeah.
Where did they go in San Antonio?
I forgot the name, the cathedral. Cathedral, yeah. It was new cathedral.
Do they go on the exterior of the building or the interior?
Inside,
Inside.
Boy, I'd almost go to San Antonio just to see that. I mean, that is exciting.
this is in other pieces here in the Washington, Pennsylvania. It's outside the stadium.
So when you
Washington, what is the name? The Angeli Park, Washington, Pennsylvania. Angelo Falcone is name of stadium. He's Italian guy. He's a philanthropist.
So when you go to Zanesville, when you have a project, do you stay overnight there for a few weeks, or how long are you in Zanesville when you have a
Oh,
project?
I was working there. I was living there.
Okay.
From there, I was. When I finished there, the contract and those, I come back in Europe again because I was thinking to come back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you work with Alan Cottrell then?
Yeah,
Okay.
we was a connection with Matthew Brown, and Alan, he was doing casting. I was doing modeling.
Got it.
Yeah, you know him.
And then Vas, obviously this is a three-dimensional piece, right? So the others were flat,
Yeah,
and this is a three-dimensional
yeah.
piece.
This is around. Yeah, sculpture.
And so they're poured individually and then welded together.
Yeah, they
right?
welded
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
I did one piece here downstairs. Yeah. And my name is there. Yeah. We call this welcome. I'm going to show you some pictures from the past.
So those pieces were at the San Antonio Cathedral.
They are inside the building.
Yeah.
They are 10
That's
cent.
the name of the building, the San Antonio.
I don't know. I don't remember. Because I
That's
didn't
what the
went.
web says.
Yeah, I didn't went.
Okay.
I didn't went there because they fixed Matthew Bronze, and I didn't just commission the artwork. This is another piece. Is again in north of Albania. Is our national hero in bronze. Is 7 meters. How feet is going to be? 320 something.
That's exquisite.
This is another. Is in Detroit, Rochester Hill. Is the Mother Teresa. I did this before I come here in Columbus in 2010. I did it in Europe actually, and I shipped it here.
She's Albanian.
She's Albanian. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How do they find you to commission you to do these works? Or do they have a call out for artists and you apply for it?
No, they know my name there because I did it on the past. I did the first speech in Montenegro when she was live, actually. But she didn't let herself to do it. She didn't like it to do it. And after she died, somebody from New York, they hired me to do it. And we put one piece in Montenegro, the tools we call the city. Another piece we put in New York, in the one church, Albanian church in New York. And this I did it from Rochester Hill. Again, they hired me. And the last piece I did last year. I had class here, but I canceled class because the time was very short. In September 4th, she was going to become the saint. And they needed one statue. They found me, and they put it in Battery Park. Let me find it here.
Statue of Liberty
Liberty Iron from Battery Park.
Yeah, this is a Battery Park. With the on front is the library, Clinton Library, how they call it, because I'm not very familiar with. This is before celebration. Yeah.
So you say you started a piece while she was still alive. Did you meet her?
No, I saw her, but I never meet her.
Okay. But she knew you were doing it and
No,
she did not know you were doing it?
no, she doesn't. She was very.
Busy.
No. When I did it, her, she was almost dead. She was sick. But I know somebody who meet her here.
I worked with her.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. In New York.
Helen, she was working.
Yes, she came to New York to consult about where to put her sisters in New York. And I had a wonderful weekend with her.
So you worked from photography for that then, Foss?
Just one minute. This is speech what I did last year. Yeah, I was working from photographs. Yeah, I had a lot of photographs. And it was a short time actually, and I went in my gallery, my studio, because I had there the plaster mold, and I cast it there. I put it in plane and I shipped it in New York. Another time I did one here and I shipped it in Europe because they need it for Kosovo.
How much does it cost to ship something like that?
From here to there cost a lot. From there here doesn't cost too much. Because I shipped it one piece from here, it cost me almost $2,500. One relief, small relief. Where I shipped it here, this cost me $800 for the plane, on the plane. I don't know why it's different. this is how I did the connection with because I don't see her figure about the religion. Is a Catholic, I see her by the heart, how she helped people about don't know nothing what religion is or what country, what state. She stopped war once to help the. This is my thing to translate her in the art to her.
How do you figure out the scale? Obviously, she's bigger than you are. I mean, so her hands are, how do you figure out how to do that scale that's so much bigger than a human?
This is not so big. This is.
No, her hands look awful big compared to yours.
She's on a pedestal.
Usually we do, because she was not big person. When you put in base those, or all the figure where they stay outside, you need to be careful to see, because if you put small, looks more small than you are. Why usually the monuments, what they call, they need to be a little bit bigger, and it has some rules where you work. You can see one artist who is monumental and one artist who is a ceramist, who do the ceramic. It's easy to find it by a professional who is ceramic, because one artist, monumental artist, when they do the small thing, when they do picture, look monumental because it's about the concept. And my pictures, if you see, those are small examples. If you do the picture, they look bigger.
And that's how you have come to be named a monumental sculptor.
Yeah, it's not just because by the name that you make, but how you make is about the concept.
Just the folds of her habit are extraordinary.
Here is the celebration day, again for Mother Teresa, in Manhattan.
Can you go back up to the top a little ways? And you had a couple of that were, I don't know, acrobats or ballet people.
I have a lot of those pieces of marble. I'm going to show you some more. Those are some portraits what I did here. Last year, the Cultural Center, they hired me to do in the time where the Columbus Art Festival was. They hired me to do, I was outside, I did those portraits. Those are sketches.
So you draw them as well as sculpt them?
No, I draw those for faster for people.
Oh,
Yeah.
On-site drawing.
But I don't do caricatures, I do the impression. Yeah. People, they stay online, they choose, usually I let them to choose the paper, color. But we do this in Europe a lot. Here I see they do some caricatures, but they don't do too much.
Caricatures are very different from what you are projecting, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is the head of one, my artwork. I did it here.
it's fantastic.
What was that? Tell us, Boz. What did you just show us?
The portrait is the
The sculpture.
is his portrait, just fragment.
Oh,
The guy is we call the Skanderbeg. He has a monument on the Italy, Vienna, Paris, because he was protecting Europe from the Empire Ottoman. He was a big name on 1500. Renaissance. Those are some Skanderbeg, J.H. Castriot Skanderbeg. These are some marble pieces. Those are this is I did with coffee and brown pencil when I was working in studio. And this is marble. I did it one piece, but I don't know, I have here to check. I did one when I was in Omaha, Nebraska. I did one monument, was commissioned.
How big is this one?
This is small. The monument is 7 feet. This is another bronze piece, small. It's sold in Germany because I opened the show in Netherlands, Italy, Germany. I sold all the artwork there before I come here. If you see those are little bit simple forms. This is mother and child. Is a Carrara marble, is a green marble. This piece from one, I can show you some interesting for you because I don't know if you have been in those Eastern Europe and those states. No? No one? This is a piece from one monument, was a dictator, and we made the big monument for him. But after 90, where the system changed, Russia changed, all Eastern Europe changed, Germany all was brought, and the people they brought, and I get one piece, and I carved that. Let me find it there. Piece from this Carrara marble. This was monument. It's huge. It's not more now. I have some pictures in my studio. But I was working on this. I was chief for everybody. I had 24 artists, professional artists. They was working under me.
Where is that?
It's not more. It's in the South City, in my city, my parent city, Girocasta. This is another fragment. Those are from the past. How after I did the master degree, they hired me. I was working with my professors because in this time in our country was not allowed to do the private on the public or the places. Just government has allowed to do it. And here maybe it's the same. Just public places you can put in personality you can.
Did you want to ask a question there?
No.
I thought you had your. Okay.
Yeah, if somebody you want to ask, and this is for World War II.
Now, was your family, your father, anyone in that war?
My mom, she was helping. Yeah, she has the documents, veterans from. She passed away, but she get some retirement from the veterans side. And my uncle, he is heroic. He was artist too. He was, they was killed in World War II. He was killed.
Go back the other way for a minute, please. Keep going.
This is in my gallery. What I show you is in front. Those are different. I made by myself. I created the base, how you can put together no more than one.
So the lady in the middle, that's her head is on your business card. Yeah?
Is wood. No, it's not business
It's
card.
not a different lady? Oh.
No. In business card is my daughter, the portrait.
Ah. Is it a portrait just of her head, or is it
Yeah.
part of a bigger piece?
No, it's just her
Just the
head.
head.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
This is wood piece. This is what I did in Omaha, the lady.
Uh-huh.
Those are some bronze again, some marble. Some are, oops.
In Omaha, is that what you did, a residency? Is that what you,
Yeah, I was working there, yeah.
okay.
I have a couple pictures there. Oops. This is another piece is in Kosovo. Prizren, they called. They was from Kosovo War, where they separated from the Yugoslavia, where so Yugoslavia was separated from different states. All those was commissioned. The small pieces are what I do for myself, for show, for travel. Usually I don't do more the bigger. I do just commission big pieces because usually I am in travel. I had to move the big pieces is hard. Yeah. I remember when I left from Omaha here in Zanesville, I laid one big piece marble there. I don't know what's happened now. I left in studio.
Boss, do you have any of the monumental sculpture here in Columbus?
Oh, I have one. Let me find it. I have one in Granville Girl Museum. I was working now to put all my painting in the iPad because my computer was dead. Yeah, I find it. This is in Granville Girl Museum. I don't know who know the museum. This is in front of Granville, in front of museum. Well, this the picture is on the Fonderie. This is another portrait, ceramic.
No, what is that made of?
The clay, ceramic.
Clay, okay.
I do a lot of those. Here I do a lot of those figures. Where is that?
Okay.
Yeah, now I have, because when I come here the first time I didn't have too many work because I let everything is full, my gallery. But now from 4 years I still working every day, and now I can open the show if I find the right place. I can open the show. I'm going to start example with those sketches, if you call sketches. And I have some pieces, marble, bronze, wood, ceramics, a lot.
That color is exquisite, the color.
Yeah, I did color, I painted. It's a bisque. I put the bisque terracotta and I painted on top. It's my niece. I give it to her when she become married. I didn't give her money, I give it her. She doesn't want money, she wanted that. I do a lot of painting. I do a lot of watercolor, pastel, oil, acrylic. Oh, this is on clay. This is the procedure how we do. This is the clay. I did this in Zanesville. This is clay, and we translator, we do the mold after casting all the process. It's the same process for all of us.
Looks like you're measuring inverses.
This is one fragment, another Mother Teresa. I did it here, I shipped it in Europe. I did it in Zanesville, this. This is a brown clay, I use a brown clay. I do a lot of portraits, I didn't bring here. I do commission, portrait, fast, half hour, 4 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours. I can do all.
What's your favorite piece that you've done?
I like those marble pieces actually, which I sold a lot in Europe. In Netherlands I sold everything. I didn't bring back nothing because Netherlands is a place where they don't have stone. If they fight, they want to fight with each other, they can't find that stone.
May we see the dancers up there?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Oh, those are pictures, not.
No,
Higher.
Go down.
The other way. Go in the other direction.
Back up.
I know, you want to show us something.
I know.
No, maybe those are pictures because I have some picture I didn't. Those are some my painting. Actually, I was did to show the students where I teach private. I have some one group, 7 ladies. They are artists, and usually they like to see. I show them how to do, and after we work together. This is one of. This I did it here in Zanesville where I was living. It was in front of my condo. It was winter. It's our piece up. I did the video. I did it fast. It's a piece of wood. I did in my patio.
Where are these?
Those are in my home.
Oh.
Those are ceramic. Look like big because I told you the concept is the monumental. But those are small. The same thing. Oops. Go back. Yeah, I was going to do fast today morning to come here. Those are some. This is my daughter's when she was 11, 9-year-old.
Is your daughter an artist?
She started actually. She was working in early age until the 5th grade, 6th grade. When I opened one show, I put one wall with her artwork. She was good. After she said, no, I'm not going to be artist because you have a hard time here, she said. You give too much free or cheap. And she is going to be doctor. She changed. She's good student, yeah. She's going to finish Ohio State for 1 year because she did it from high school, she passed 3 years. And after she's going to go, she has a scholarship for John Hopkins, Georgetown. She's going to choose.
Very smart.
She teaches math. She's freshman and she teaches math for seniors with the professors, assistant. They hire her. Those are some of my pieces in acrylic, oil. I have at home. I have a lot of it at home. Those are some small, what I have at home. Again, small wood, marble. Oil, those are oil. I didn't have time to do separate one. Those are not good pictures. Those are marble. And this is marble.
I like the face of that too, that makes it interesting.
Yeah, those are in Art Wanted, but I did those 20 years ago. She is in my front of page for Facebook, I think.
And balancing that would just come natural to you, to balance that.
I don't think for this because come with me where I work.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you work and you live with this work and you work every time and you are in, you don't think for size.
Yeah.
They come by itself. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, those are small pieces now. I'll show you this. Yeah, this is marble. It's good color, but doesn't look very good. It looks like skin color. I'll show you this now. This is again with coffee and brown pencil. I'll show you my feet and that. Another marble. Oh, this is here.
Yes.
Again. I'll show you those, I think.
It's wonderful to see them again.
Yeah, they was happy. They were staying online. 20 people was very hard in Columbus Art Festival. Yeah.
So how long did it take you to do each one? About
Around 20 minutes,
20 minutes?
half hour, about yeah. This is one picture I did it here. This is the picture is downstairs. I did it here. I shipped it from in Europe. Was cost around 2,200 just shipping. This is the one guy from New York. He did it his daddy. He wanted his daddy and his past because he was in the old house. Now he's very good house. He's a businessman in New York. And he wanted his memory. And I still have them all downstairs.
He looks like he's going to just start talking to you.
Well, I was just going to say the character that you put into the faces.
Yes.
Mother Teresa, this person, how you did her hands.
But when we
Tell me about that. How does that come so naturally to you?
But this comes because by work, where you start early and you do a lot of what I say, you see, you do everything what you see, and after you do what you think, you can go deeper and deeper. And when you do the professional school, the traditional art schools, example, if you was in Renaissance or those schools, you need to go by to know the first, all the bones for the people, example, or for animals, or for everything, to start from the bones, from all the muscles, you need to know. And after you need to, the last is the skin. You need to work with different characters. You need to know characters. You need to find the people. Example, you need to go deeper to see the character. Where you see somebody, it's good to find the right who is he without know, just by the face. It's good to go deeper. And when I was in the Academy Beautiful Art, the first 2 years, we was going in cadaver. You know cadaver? Mm-hmm. We was working directly on the people to cut the muscle, to know the bone, everything. If you know all those, you can go after deeper, 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 deeper. But every time you need to see some, to connect with nature, to find that example. People. Usually when when I go in detail, here we don't have too much for the hands and for those. Example, if I'm doing something, somebody who is not very thin, I see some hand example at the thin people, because you can read more things, more bones and more, yeah. After you can do a little bit more than what they are in reality. And after you can take out what you want.
Is there a challenge to doing something relief like this versus in the round? Do you find you have a certain approach, or this seems more complicated to me to decide how three-dimensional, because his head looks more three-dimensional than his hands and the rest of his body.
Yeah,
how do you make this decision?
I did this decision because they're going to put in the, how you call it, cemetery. They're going to put a little bit down. And
on the wall, or just down low?
Down.
Okay.
No, around 60, maybe 3 feet.
Okay.
3 feet up. And if you put the same relief, same dimension, the body and the head, every time you're going to see from the top.
So the
you can see.
The viewers at eye level with his face.
And I was thinking to be, I told them to be usually the level is better to go in the middle of what you're doing actually.
Okay.
But if you don't have it, it's good to be in level of your eyes. It's better.
So if this were high on a wall, you might have...
And why I changed a little bit the head, the position.
Okay.
And not to be the very thick on the bottom.
Because we have come to closure in time. And I just want to say how grateful for your journey that you have come from Albania to Columbus, Ohio. And you know Vaz teaches here. So...
Yeah, I teach every Thursday evening, sculpture classes. And I start another new class with pastel every Friday, 1 to 4. I need more. I know.
Oh, well, we thank you.